It's time to sit back, relax, and listen to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life will inspire, motivate, and empower you. Live your best life now. Listen, learn, think, and decide. Change your attitude, change your life. And now, here's your host, Joan Herman.
Welcome to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. You're listening to us in your neighborhood, from coast to coast, and around the world. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Joan Herman, author, speaker, and your host. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life brings you interviews with some of the most inspirational and influential people in the world. It's our goal to educate and empower you so you can live your best life now. Thank you for taking time for yourself, and thank you for letting us be a part of your life. We have another great show for you today. Joining me is personal trainer Joel Harper, who is here to discuss the impact negative self-talk and negative thinking patterns have on our weight loss success. Joel is a celebrity trainer who created the personal workout chapters for the New York Times best-selling new book series, as well as the accompanying workout videos. Joel is a regular guest on the Dr. Oz Show and has been seen on the Today Show, Good Morning America, Oprah, CNN, and more. He is the author of the new book, Mind Your Body, 10 Core Concepts for an Optimally Balanced You. Welcome, Joel. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Joan. Thanks for having me on.
Joel, often people begin a weight loss program with a friend, or they follow a trendy diet, and then after some time, they don't experience the same results that other people do. One person may lose 20 pounds while someone else maybe only a few, and this usually demotivates someone and he or she will give up. From your research, why does this happen? Why does one person achieve great results while someone else has a totally different outcome?
It's very fascinating. I have a huge range of clients, and I ask myself that question, and I really took the time to really figure out why it is. And the bottom line is that tapping into the power of the mind. The mindset is so important. And I have clients that have the same goals, and some accomplish them quicker than others. And it's really breaking it down to what your self-talk is and really eliminating that negative self-talk. It makes a huge difference and a huge impact on breaking it down and getting rid of all that destructive thinking.
So, Joel, what kinds of thoughts have the most impact on us that really sabotage our success?
Well, everybody's a little bit different, but a lot of people have been carrying around these patterns and these thoughts that they repeat over and over again, and a lot of people don't know they're doing it. A lot of people I know are really in touch with their body and with what they're thinking, but when they come to me, I get them to talk out loud, Joan. I ask them questions and they answer them. And while they're exercising, I'll throw them an activity or something they've never done before, and some of them are like, oh, I can't do that, right away before they've even tried it. So they set themselves up for like, I have really bad balance, or I'm really uncoordinated. So if they say something like that, I get them to repeat, I have perfect balance, I have perfect balance, I have perfect coordination, 5 times in a row while they're doing the exercise. And it's amazing how somebody who thinks they cannot do something, how it shifts their energy and it makes them choose and do something that they can do perfectly. It's amazing how somebody will think, oh, I can't do that many, I can't do 100, and then I start doing it with them, and the next thing they know, they've done 100 easy. It just breaks it. So with my book, I break their behavior patterns so that it creates change, and that's where you get the results that you want.
Joel, what about yo-yo dieting? So many people, me included, are tired of going up and down. And when you're in the up phase, you just don't have the strength to start over again. So it's easy to just stay where you are and not even try. So what do you say to someone who's gone up and down repeatedly and just needs to find that mindset to make that change to have some success?
Well, I have a whole section in the book based on your deserve level. And what that means to me is what you think you deserve. Like I had friends in high school who would have the best-looking girlfriend. They would have the most amazing clothes because they felt like they deserved it. We all have these different categories in our life, and my whole book is based on the number 10. We have 10 different categories, whether it's your nest, where you live, your hobbies, your job. So I break it down into those 10 categories, and I try to increase your deserve level. Each one of those 10 categories has 10 questions, and you answer the questions. So the book is very individual. Those 10 questions give you numbers related, and it's all broken down very simple to increase your deserve level, in which category you need to work on it the most. And some of it is the yo-yo dieters. If that would be your food category. So, some days you do great and some days you do not. So it's all about being consistent and figuring out why you are inconsistent, because it's coming with feelings. I have a whole test in my book, and it's called Are You Who You Want to Be? And it's based on all these different feelings I list in personality traits. So you circle the ones that are right for you, and then you move forward accordingly, and it creates the person that you want to be. If you want to be motivated, if you want to be patient, if you want to be thoughtful, we deal with all those feelings. And when you deal with those feelings, Joan, it breaks your behavior patterns, and it breaks that yo-yo dieting immediately. It makes a huge difference when you deal with stuff like that.
And Jill, to go along with the yo-yo dieting, I know for myself, there are times when I decide this is it, I'm going to do it, and nothing goes past my lips that isn't supposed to, and I really nail it. And then there are other times where I'll start and I'll stumble, and I think that this is very common for so many people. So why do you think sometimes we're able to get our mind in the game and other times we have so much trouble?
Because you don't have a good ground base, and that's where my 10 core concepts come in. I start the book off with that, Joan. I create 10 core concepts, and you have to go through the book and we'll work on which ones work best for you. And you need to have all of them, and that's what creates a consistent program. Consistency is key. So let me give you an example. One of those core concepts is eliminating excessive choices. And it's all about thinking of food as fuel, and thinking about what you deserve to put in your body, and look at it like that. I have a client, and she only stays in amazing hotels with the best sheets. She'll save her money up and stay in the best hotels. But when I ask her what she ate, Joan, it's horrible. Some of the stuff she eats awful, and I'm like, that's to me like you going in to staying in a really bad hotel that has, bed bugs, and, the noise is bad. Would you do that? She's like, no, I would never do that. And I'm like, but what you told me you just put in your body is the same thing as staying in a bad hotel. She had never thought of it that way, so it immediately transferred what she does do well to a category that she doesn't do well. And that's what I'm all about, is I have a whole series in there called spreading. So you want to spread the categories that you're doing really well into the categories you're not. Let's say I have a client who makes really bad choices on their snacks, and that's what I deal with in the book, is dealing with really healthy snack choices, which you want to get in. So I have people make them automatic. So you easily have something in your backpack, in your purse, in your car, at your desk. Almonds are a great option to have. Pistachios are another good one. They're good. They're cholesterol-free, wonderful in protein and fiber. They're a great source of protein, which is really good. And a lot of people don't get enough protein in their diet every single day. And a lot of people, Joan, don't get it in right after their workout. And that's when it's really important, is you want to get the protein within 30 to 45 minutes of your workout. So what that does, Joan, is it helps those yo-yo dieters and the people who don't stick with it, by helping them feel full, making them feel satisfied. Because if you're satisfied and you feel like you had a really good meal, you felt like you're eating something nutritious, you're more likely to stick to your program. And then, Joan, if there's somebody who has a sweet tooth, which I sure do, I have really healthy food items in the book and recipes that give you options for snacks and for recipes for eating really healthy desserts. And I, in the afternoon, sometimes I'm craving a dessert, and that's where I'll have like a Palm Wonderful juice. It's a great source of potassium, and it curbs my sweet tooth. And in one bottle, there's 2 whole pomegranates. So you want to make sure with your options, you are getting what you think you're getting. Pomegranate juice, all it is the juice of a pomegranate. There's no artificial anything in it. And Joan, that's where a lot of people go wrong, is they eat, they go home, they've been really busy, they're stressed out, they open the refrigerator and they just eat everything. So that's why I work with affirmations in my book as well, is I'd have you put inside your refrigerator, I fit perfectly in that black dress. I look great at my college reunion. So it's different for each person, and so it resonates. It triggers and goes back to that mindset and helps you with those unhealthy choices. So when you go right into eating healthy, doing great, you start to slip off, you self-correct yourself. There's a whole section there about being your own best therapist.
Jill, you just started to touch upon this. In your book, you have a 3-step approach. It's the connection between meals, moves, and mindset. And you just spoke about meals. And I think a key that you said is to view food as fuel. And I think a problem there is so many of us view it as so much more and mostly comfort. And that's really something that we need to make a change about, is to start to look at food, as you said, as fuel. The second part that you have is about moves. How much physical activity do you recommend we have on a daily basis, and what kind?
Joan, you can get a good workout in 15 minutes. That's all you need. With my program, it's a 15-minute workout. Some people are like, 15 minutes? That's not long at all. How can I get a workout in that, that quickly? It's about being efficient and being effective. And also I work on a number scale, that 10 scale again. In the move section, it's all about 0 is really easy and 10 is really hard for me. So if you want to get results, you have to work in an 8, 9, and 10. So let's say I'm doing a wall sit. Let's say I went to the wall, I walked down so my legs are in a right angle, my hands are in prayer in front of my chest. So it's like an imaginary chair. So you're leaning against the wall. You want to stay there until your legs are burning 8, 9, and 10. That's when you're going to get results. You can't stop with a 4 or 5 because it's going to take you much longer to accomplish your goal. But also, you want to exercise, stretch. That helps create energy. Because when you're doing a workout, you don't want to leave it feeling like, oh my God, I want to go take a nap on the sofa. You want to feel energized and tension-free. So that's how I designed the whole Moves program, is so you feel better after your workout. So then the next day you want to do it again because it makes you feel good. And so it creates consistently. If you have 15 minutes, a day, that's all you need to get a good workout in. Also, I deal with balance. The older we get, the more likely we are to lose our balance, and fall and hurt ourselves. But a lot of young people come into me and they think they have really good balance. I have them do a few things and then they don't. And it helps them improve their balance with all the different exercises I do. But also, the whole book is about balance in all these 10 categories of your life, but also with balance with the inside of your body. Let's say if you sleep all night long on one side of your body, it's going to create muscle imbalance and it's going to throw your body off. So what I want you to do is, let's say you're doing a quad stretch, which is you're standing and you're grabbing your right foot behind you. In your right quad, you feel like an 8. And then you go into your left quad and it's a 4. Well, that's a huge muscle imbalance. So when you're doing one-sided stretches, you give them numbers, which I talk about in the program, and you bounce those numbers out. So I would go back and do the higher side a little bit more. So over the course of the 28 days, your body would be lined back up. So we're all have muscle imbalance. One side is always tighter than the other one for one reason or another. Each person's a little bit different. And a lot of people, it throws their hips and their backs off. And if your hips or back are bothering you, or your shoulders, you have neck pain, that's not good. You need to get rid of that immediately. That's like having food in your teeth. If you have food in your teeth, would you not floss it? Would you leave it there for a few days? No. You'd immediately go brush your teeth and floss your teeth and clean your teeth. The same is with your muscles in your body. If your neck's bothering you, if your shoulders are bothering you, if you have a little bit of headache, I show you exercises and stretches to get rid of that immediately, and being very mindful of what your body is doing every day, because every day is different.
Joel, let's talk about the third part of your program, and this is the mind. And you did touch upon it earlier, but what do you believe is the biggest mental challenge that we must overcome?
Self-talk, destructive thought patterns. And everybody has them. Some of the people I know that you think are really positive, I just did this lecture series, and this guy came behind me and he's like, oh, I have the worst sleeping pattern. I can't sleep at all, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, let's work with a few affirmations. And we went back to when his sleeping started to go wrong. I dealt with him for a couple weeks, and now he sleeps amazing. And everybody's different. So it's really working on what you're saying. And we're repeating stuff all day long in our brain over and over again. And that's what I deal with the book, is getting you to journal, getting you to work with affirmations, getting you to do these little tasks that take a couple minutes a day. Some people have really low energy, Joan, is that they have that in the middle of the day because all day long most people have their head above their heart. If you keep your head above your heart all the time, it doesn't get the blood flowing into your head. So what I would tell those clients and what I tell in the book for you to do is different exercises and stretches to do immediately. They only take 30 seconds, and they're energy-boosting workouts. Let's say it's your office and you're starting to feel tired. I would tell them to put their feet together, look down, make sure your toes are lined up, and to slowly walk your hands down your legs and drop your head. So then you get your head below your heart, and it gets the blood flowing in that area immediately. You hold that for about 30 seconds, and then you bend your right knee, left knee. It gets the blood flowing into your hips. It gets the blood keep flowing into your head, and then you slowly stand up. Most people I know never get the blood flowing into their head that much. If they're lying in bed, they're horizontal, so it's even, your heart and your head. Most people don't get their head below their heart. It's really important, Joan, to do. In every one of my workouts, I do that. Get that blood flowing. It creates energy. It's great for your blood circulation.
Joel, you mentioned affirmations. For someone listening right now, can you give us a few examples of something that they can affirm to themselves to make a shift tomorrow?
Yes. One affirmation I think is great is I move forward easily and swiftly. I accomplish all my goals today. Whenever you're dealing with affirmations, you want to make them in the present. You don't want to say, like, I'm going to fit in these jeans, because then it's always going to be one step ahead of you. I fit in these jeans. They fit perfectly, and I look amazing. So always make it in the present moment, because you want to trick your subconscious mind. You want to make it believe what is your reality. You want to think, I live in the present moment. I'm living in now. If it's in the future, it's always going to be one step ahead of you. So always say your affirmations is like, I am in amazing shape. I have an abundance of energy. I have perfect balance. So I walk you through different affirmations that you can choose that are right for you, and then you choose those and you write them. And once you've got that down, you move on to the next one, and they advance. So they get a little bit more harder and a little bit more complex to take you on to the next level and makes you advance.
The book is Mind Your Body, 10 Core Concepts for an Optimally Balanced You by Joel Harper. If you'd like more information, you can visit Joel's website, joelharperfitness.com. Joel, in about 30 seconds or less, what would you like to leave our listeners with?
Being consistent. With any program, it's about being consistent and working on your deserve level and saying, you know what, I deserve to feel great and look amazing. Repeat that over and over again. That creates consistency, because then you come back to choosing a healthy lifestyle.
Joel, thank you so much for joining us today and for a wonderful reminder of the power that we have within us. No matter what it is we want to accomplish in our life, it all begins with our thoughts. It begins in our mind. So thank you for being here.
Thanks, Joan. I really appreciate you having me on.
We'll be right back. Hi, this is Joan Herman, host of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Did you know that Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life has a free monthly digital magazine that can be read online or emailed to your inbox? Every month, nationally recognized leaders in their field provide information to educate, inspire, and motivate you. We believe in a holistic approach to life, incorporating mind, body, and spirit. Check out a copy of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life 24/7. Visit cyacyl.com and be sure to tell your friends. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you found the show informative. At Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life, we believe that knowledge is power. Take what you've learned, apply it, and live your best life now. Remember that the information provided are the opinions of our guests and should never replace the advice of a professional who knows your personal situation. If you'd like more information, visit our website, cyacyl.com. That stands for Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. While on the site, listen to past shows on demand, read the digital magazine, and be sure to follow the show on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, this is Joan Herman. Thanks for tuning in.